Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing out there? I had a day. Asked to speak to a group of children, not children, they're high school kids, and part of a program called Upward Bound. This program connects with children from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and gives them different mentors and to basically have an opportunity at something they probably wouldn't have an opportunity at. Chance to be a part of different organizations, to learn more about what they can do once they get to college and beyond. And so basically, great opportunity to speak about my business, to speak about real estate. Had an awesome time. I filmed a really good speech. Kinds of crazy stuff, motivating everybody to, hopefully, to their greatness. You know, you guys understand that the point of this show is to affect a positive change one person at a time. That's why I've been here since the beginning. It's been the motto of the show since I started. And a motto to affect a positive change one person at a time, one day at a time. Like, no, I'm just trying to connect with one soul every day. See if I can give them some purpose, inspire to them to something hopeful. There's a lot that could bring you down in this world. So we are mostly self-motivating ourselves. This is like all the time. We keep ourselves motivated. You find a piece of motivational content because, but you got it. We all have the ability to motivate ourselves. Sometimes it's easier when you hear someone else say the right thing. Powerful. I've said them many times, but I'll review them quickly as I'm on my way to my 5 o'clock appointment. I got about 4 people coming to look at my rental in Norwalk right now. I'm getting that sucker rented today. Today's the day. So hopefully, if you have an interest, it's $2,300 a month in Norwalk, Connecticut. It's the only single floor, I think, currently. There's really not much in Norwalk or any town for rentals. But opportunity is there, my friends. The opportunity is there. The end of the month is arriving soon, and we're going to get somebody locked in for March 1st. Is that you? On my way there. We'll see. I got 4 people, I think, coming between 5 o'clock and 5:30. I've been busy. I had the motivational speech today, and now I got to go and meet them at this day. And you know, it's time of the day where it's getting really dark. Hopefully the cameras don't get too dark. I'll have to just keep stepping them down. Last night I drove home in like darkness, and I was live. It was kind of crazy. Couldn't see a thing, I imagine. Anyway, how's everybody doing out there? Thank you for joining me. This is to my different appointments, talking about the market, talking about the towns I'm driving through. That's another thing we should start doing. Westport, beautiful. I'm actually driving by the old house, I think they sold this, of Melissa and Doug. You guys know Melissa and Doug, the toy company? Right here, about to pass it. Built for themselves. Apparently they got divorced, but they built like a 73,000 square foot house. We're driving by it right now. It's fenced all the way around. So there's a rule in Connecticut, you can't build a fence over 6 feet tall. So the workaround that some people do is they'll find the part of their property that is the highest, and they'll measure 6 feet from there. And so they take that barrier around the entire property at 6 feet, and some of the walls are massive because of this. Melissa and Doug, those walls are way taller than 6 feet. So they mastered that strategy, whoever they had do the topography maps and laid out their fence to be approved by the town. There's a great example of it right now. I'm driving by a house that has stone on the bottom and then the fence on one section, and the other area of the fence is basically to the ground because that's where the 6 foot section is. Anyway, little piece of knowledge you may not have known. Westport, Connecticut, about to pass Westport High School. Bang, biggity boo, right there. Sometimes they do a card show there. Vibes, which is pretty cool. Anybody out there, guys, my contact info, bottom of the screen. All you got to do estate market. or anything else. It's interesting how I went in to talk about real estate today, and before you know it, we're talking about everything else but real estate. You know, I was like just talking about staying motivated through life and how we're here to connect with each other. These are important things for you to know. Let me try to bring this way. Thank you, sir. You know, I started the Discover Connecticut team businesses. We're meeting new people. Leads are going to start coming in for this, you know, through this concept. And that was the goal of first year you don't make any money, is you're out there reminding that I like, because I know my friends like me, and I like that being traded, so now you know it went down one. I have 5 clients. One of them's looking between $100,000 and $200,000. And I got one person with a whale of a house, $7 million house. See if I can market it. Part of the market. Yes, I could sit around and I could spend all day and night when I'm not working with clients to learn the segments of the marketplace I'm not working in, just in case someone calls. But there's no issues that I've seen to this point for me to speak with a breadth of knowledge towards the real estate market and tell someone, oh, you know what, let me take a little closer look at your price point and get back to you later today. What I can't stand is people who right in front of you say, well, let me look, and they're looking right in front of you. Oh, this is a funny one. I went on a listing presentation once with someone. I would never throw people under the bus, but I went to a listing presentation with someone once, and they started looking on their iPad to give the person the information that they asked for. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like, you just tell them later on, I'll send it over to you later. And about 4 times I'm sitting there and she kept going back to the iPad, and I'm like, these people are watching this person like put their focus down on this iPad and type stuff in, and like a minute and a half went by while they're searching, and I'm like, this is going horribly. Like, you talk through things, you have a conversation. Oh, okay, you take notes. All right, you wanted to know what the price, okay, you wanted to know how many sold in this, oh, that's great. Okay, I'll get that over to you later. Let's talk about how we're gonna market this house and sell this house. Period of time. Sir, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up to the deepest pool of qualified houses that traded last year in your price point. I'll let you know that in content. Whoever's on right now, whoever's actually watching this, 4 frames per second. 4 frames per second. I was onto it too. I was pushing. You know, sometimes you're in it and you just can't get it. And not for nothing, I have the windows closed because it's cold. But now it's hot as can be. We're pumping that heat in here so you guys don't have to listen to that in the microphones. And now, it's disgusting. Let's go there. Sometimes you need a little more light. No, we're going the wrong way. Shoot. That's better. That's better. So guys, basically what I can say is this. What a day. I'm thankful Dr. Graff, my friend Dr. Aaron Graff, was the one who asked me to speak today. And it was a real pleasure to do this. In fact, oh man, I don't know. I got so much I want to do. It's just like, it's sometimes just like overwhelming. But like speaking to that group today, I was like, I want to do this all the time. I want to just speak to groups. I do love just going live here and talking to you in front of those people today and allowing myself to just go, and all of the things that I do say, have been saying for the last 6 years on this channel, saying them live to people and seeing the response that I was getting back and how connected they were. There was an amazing part where we were talking about what it takes to succeed in life. And I said, my failures are what make me a success. You fail, this is like the world over. You have a win, you take your foot off the gas for the day. Oh, I'm going to relax, go grab lunch, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to go out to dinner, I'm going to get a bottle of champagne to celebrate. And you take your foot off the gas. But we are in a world where you can't take your foot off the gas. You got to keep driving every single second, and I'll tell you why. 41, okay, we're good. You got to keep driving because this moment right here has never stopped. This is a singular moment. Time is singular. It's not a clock. It's a single day that started when God created all of this, and it ends when he decides to end it. And we are fortunate enough to be here in one portion of this singular moment. So the more time in this short life that we have here, that you could connect to somebody, something, or in some way to this very moment that you're here with me in, you are experiencing life for what it is. Yes, we're here to make money, and some of us are here to do really amazing things. Others are here to be the cogs in order to keep everything going and keeping the lights on for the world. But at the end of the day, you get a chance to breathe, you get a chance to be. So don't just sit there and think about things you could do. Go out and do. Fail at everything, my friends. Your success is being okay with failing. That is success, okay? And you keep going with this drive of, okay, that didn't work, but I'm going to get up tomorrow, I'm going to do something different. And you keep doing that. Every day, you just don't ever lose the... That's why they say some people die when they retire. Their reason for living was to show up and go and dominate in some massive industry. And it's not really the case. The real fight is to have that motivation within yourself to get that you're alive. Just be thankful that you're alive. This is the stuff. And you know, I don't know, someone said I think about this sometimes, that, you know, if you didn't have the downs, you'd never know what it meant to feel up. You wouldn't know what it meant to be happy if you were always happy. You have to experience all of certain frequencies. And for me, frequencies are, as a live songwriter, as somebody who lives in the moment, and then patented in this moment at some point in 2015. I am thankful to be alive, whatever my journey. We'll finish this conversation. A little live scene of the cars driving in downtown Post Road, right by my office. Just a little cool. Be amazing experience speaking to these students, talking about what I do for a real estate business, and before you know it, I start talking about, as I said, everything else, just trying to inspire them to be great, whatever they're to inspire you. So I'm talking, the Discover Connecticut team is going to be friggin' massive. And at that point, when you are in college, you know, all of us are in college, just starting to sell their homes. I'd love to reach out to each and every one of those, you know, friends, parents of mine back then at 18, 19, be like, hey, look, I got my real estate license. If you ever think about selling, please let me know. I'm trying to make money to get through college and figure out what I want to do in life. And proactive approach in order to get my real estate license. You may go 4 years and never do a transaction. You may find a bunch of referrals that you could send into somebody like me. Kill it and do a ton of business and open up a whole new way of selling real estate through college kids. Oh, I'm there at some dorm, and everybody freshman year is there, but sophomore year they go and get rentals. They go get a rental apartment. Now I become their agent, and now I'm killing it, making all this extra money by finding friends of mine off campus. And so there's such an opportunity for somebody to do that. So speaking to them about that. And at the end, this is the worst, man. I had a chance to speak to, his name is, he's been there for 22 years, he's been doing this. And basically what they do is on Saturdays, they get these children in there who are very motivated in Bridgeport, which is a hard place to jump out of the group of kids that maybe aren't as motivated. And they show up every Saturday in order to, So I had a chance afterwards to interview Finette, and then I interviewed Cynthia and Ronnie. And Cynthia and Ronnie, like, we had the greatest conversation. The best outro ever for Discover Connecticut at the end. Like, we chatted, we shook hands, and I said, well, until next time, it's Mark Pyers, Discover Connecticut. Thank you, blah, blah. Perfect ending. I walk over to shut off the gear, and I see we ran we ran out of memory on the camera we were shooting on. So at about 4 minutes, I got the first 4 minutes, and in the last minute and a half, two got cut off. I was so upset. So then I reset this camera up, and we just reshot it. So you'll see it eventually. It wasn't as good as the. Again, I wish I was live for the whole thing today. I almost went live. I was sitting there with Dr. Graff, like Aaron and I were talking, and I said, should I go live? Drop it later. And he's like, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, I got a bunch of high school kids. I have no idea how this is going to go. No idea. These kids could love it. They could hate it. They could throw things. They could swear. They could whatever. I have no idea. You don't know what's going to happen when you go into a live scenario like that and you tell everybody in the room, hey, we're live on broadcasted to all these different platforms right now. So I just pushed record and we just did the show. 2 angles, and I don't know. We'll see what happened. I got 6K out of this camera, but 6K out of this camera, but only got 1080p out of that one because I had to send it through a signal across the room. To do these days, which I'm loving. So I don't know if I could drop it in 4K because that is actually, it was at 1080p. My upgrade for that is not here yet, but I should be able to send across the room in 4K, and then it's like perfect. So anyway, the bottom line was it was an experience. I can't wait to see whatever I did grab. I'm going to have a ton of content to drop for you guys. I did get a chance to interview Ronnie and Cynthia. I mean, this may end up being like a 6-week, 8-week drop, where like I keep dropping a piece here and there because it was an hour, a motivational conversation for an hour, answering questions, Q&A, and basically, I mean, I was on, man. I got to tell you, I just was. Things I know I said that were powerful, and I have to go back and just source them and then drop them for. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I feel like that type of environment, being around people like this, I need that, and I also need it with my guitar in my hand too. Like I can't just do this anymore. It's got to be. I got to get in front of people. That today proved it because I was looking. It's weird to me. I got to tell you. Reference point for this. I've been here on YouTube for so long now. I have no reference point for what I'm about to tell you, but oops. Get this up there. I'm going to 64 on that. We need to get that brighter. It's just like not good. So here's my reference point. Sorry. Come on, how do I go over there? Okay, there we go. All right, we're good now. Now we're kind of touching the same color range on both cameras, okay? So all I can say is this. I had never been in this scenario since I started the show, really, where I have a crowd that's listening to everything I say. They're taking in what I say, the way I say it, my mannerisms, all this stuff live, right? And so today I'm doing it and I'm looking around the room and I'm making eye contact with all these people. And the amount of smiles I saw when I said something powerful, the amount of like excitement and passion I saw like kind of in people's eyes when they felt something that had an impact. It was thrilling. It was exhilarating. I get it now. I understand why Tony Robbins likes to get up in front of a crowd and talk. Because when you see someone in real time reacting to something amazing that just came out of your mouth, and it may be in the moment like me where it just comes out, it's like, whoa, wait, that was really great. Like Finette said at the end, was that one of your quotes where you said, my failures are what make me, my failures determine my success? And I said, yes, absolutely. Like, there are very few people that go out there and they hit it huge, a home run the day out the box. There's very few Mark Zuckerbergs and Elon Musk, who, by the way, did a lot of work to get to where he is. He didn't just like show up and he's now Elon Musk. The dude went, the amount of education that he must have, I don't even know. But the point is, nothing was given. It was like the hard work, goes back to what I said earlier. But You know, people like Mark Zuckerberg, he like stole an idea and then turned it into Facebook. He's worth billions and billions of dollars. So yeah, sometimes the most amazing success falls into your lap, but most people have to fail at many things in order to understand what they're great at and understand what niche they really need to plug themselves into. You know, we try and we try and we try and we're like, wait a second, maybe there's something that's a combination of this and this that makes that, you know? Me being a patented inventor, me being a singer-songwriter who could write songs about any topic at all, and also being able to motivate you, maybe that all is one thing. Well, it is my show. It's what I've been doing here for 6 years. So join us and subscribe, turn on all notifications. Let me see if anybody's out there. I have to shut this off in a second as soon as people arrive. Right now, I'm on my way, one person said. Let's see what we got. I'll see you at 5. So we got 2 people. All right, we got 2 people coming over right now, and then I think at 5:30 I got another one. So I'm going to wrap this puppy up. But I do want you guys to know I appreciate you. And I'll tell you the one thing I said to the crowd. I think we've talked about this before, but there's been a lot of, you know, negativity in the news. In fact, I always go back to what my parents said when I was a kid. Don't talk about religion, politics, or money when you're at a cocktail party. The cocktail party of life 2025 is all the social media platforms. And the only thing you see when you scroll is religion, politics, or money, which is why you won't come across a positivity channel like mine, because they're only showing you the negative. But if I ask you to step back and ask, what are we most connected on and what are we most divided on? You'd say it's only 3 or 4 topics that we're divided on. Everything else we connect on. We get along. You and me get along. No matter what you believe ideologically, we get along. Like, you put me in a room with you, no matter who you are, we get along, man. We get along. Everybody, this is like profound. We are here in this moment we talked about, but this moment right now, we're here in this moment. Do you know how rare that is, that we actually get to be here together right now? And instead of bickering and hating and dividing, why don't we realize that we're special? Not maybe our place in the universe or in heaven, but we're special because we're here together and we can make a change, something that's an impact in this world. That moment that's going to continue on beyond us. We could have an impact. And that's just like, this isn't FDR, it's not JFK, it's not Martin Luther King, this isn't Abraham Lincoln, this is you. Why are we hating? Why are we like dividing and focused on all this garbage? It's like, wait, we can actually get together and do something now and give back to humanity and show them that we're not like everybody else that came before. You know, I always say the stains of the past should never stop you from creating a clean future by living in the present. All right, these people are pulling in. Nope, they're across the street. I don't know what I said at the end there. All I'm saying is that we should really try to remind ourselves that the good that is in this world is so much better, and we're here. It's a very short time that we're here, so let's do our best to lift each other up. We can help each other thrive, my friends. We don't have to rip each other down. We should actually be figuring out how we can help each other level up. And when you do that, you level yourself up. Just a little side note. Help others to help yourself. That's where joy comes from. I call it soulfillment. When you do for others, or your small acts of kindness for others fill your barometer. Now, we each have a different barometer. You can't even check this barometer and see if you've even filled enough up for you to find your happiness. But I can guarantee you, the more small acts of kindness that you do for others, the more joy you will find in your life. It's just a fact. I do it every day. You live your life in service of others. And this is what Discover Connecticut is now. Like, I'm telling people stories. I'm here to connect, understand the area I live in, the amazing places, share them all with you, and then, you know, dig deep into the real estate side. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I hope to see you later. She's here. Okay, I gotta go. I will see you guys a little later. Let me shut this sucker